y'all really have to watch what y'all are exposing your kids to and saying around your kids, because they are saying this stuff at school. Y'all, my daughter's in the 4th grade. Her class looked at her and said, your mom is freaky.
Teachers, millennials, and many people are saying that parents just are not parenting anymore. I'm not sure why this is the case. I'm not sure if it's because current day society is sort of changing how these kids are, but let me know what you think in the comments and check out these videos.
Your cute little toddler that's telling you, no, mommy, when you ask them to do something, they smack you, you know, they run away from you, they get on the floor and they start throwing a tantrum, screaming and hollering, kicking and screaming, and you just, oh, baby, come on. We're not going to do that. Let's get up. Let's be a big boy. Let's be a good girl. That cute little toddler turns into a cute little preschooler doing those same things. And that cute little preschooler turns into a cute little preteen, and then a cute little teenager with those same habits because you didn't correct it early on. You thought it was cute, you thought it was funny, and now it's hard to correct it. I see it so much, especially in like the preschool age. I can tell who wouldn't correct it, you know, who has no sense of, like, I'm not gonna say fear, because I don't think children should fear their parents, but they don't have no respect for their parents. I can see it.
Yesterday, I went on a field trip with my son's 7th grade class. I will start out by saying my boys know that I am very on it with respect. You are not going to be disrespectful, and especially with girls and women. You will not be rude to them. You will not be disrespectful to them. You will hold the doors open, that sort of thing, okay? I go on this field trip, and my son's been telling me a new kid started at school, like probably a few months ago, and he's a very rough kid. And I've had so many conversations with my son. My son will come home complaining about this kid, and I'm always like, you know what? Not everybody lives the same life as you. We need to be kind. We need to include people, that sort of thing. No, because what I saw at this field trip, I told my son I'd take it all back. I take it all back. I don't care. I do not care. Some of y'all's kids, you guys don't know how they behave. At the end of the field trip, we were all sitting in like a big room. Mind you, there's teachers, probably like 4 teachers, several different parent volunteers. There's a staff at the facility. We're all in one huge room, and all the kids are playing trivia at the end. Okay, so everybody had like a group of 8. There was like 8 kids to a table. Everybody was sitting down, and then like trivia was going on, blah blah. Everybody's sitting down, everybody's behaving. No, this one kid gets up, I'm not even kidding you, like probably every minute, just to go mess with somebody or go do something. He's going table to table, grabbing hand sanitizers, bringing the hand sanitizers back, dumping them all over, just being a freaking nuisance and a mess. And I was like, now one teacher is saying anything. Now a staff is saying anything. Nobody's saying a word, just letting this kid run wild, do whatever he wants to do. Why? The thing that really pissed me off is everybody's sitting at tables. There is one girl, mind you, this entire 7th grade is in this field trip. There's one girl that does not have a chair. Why nobody got her a chair? I don't know. Me and like 3 other moms, I'm probably 5 feet from this table where this boy is at, and the girl that's standing up. She's the only one. Now this boy's leaving, doing his thing, back and forth, getting hand sanitizer, being freaking ridiculous. So this girl, sweetest girl, just takes his seat, because if you're not gonna sit in it, I'm gonna sit in it. So she takes his seat. Valid. The dude comes back from getting his like 6th hand sanitizer, comes back, sees her sitting in the chair. He walks up to her and goes, move. Appalled. So I want to see how this plays out. Mind you, I see a teacher way in the distance watching the whole thing go down. He says it a second time, I told you to move. And she's like, this little boy goes to her chair at the bottom of the chair, like the legs, flings the chair. The girl goes flying, had to catch herself on the table. Did the teacher say anything? No, they just watched. I'm gonna give it like 3 minutes and see what happens. The little girl is now standing there again at her table while this boy's like sitting back, being a little hotshot. No, not on my watch, you're not. Mind you, the parents sitting next to me, not doing a thing. Nobody. Everybody's just like, no. So I walk down the hallway. I walk up to the girl and I said, here's a chair for you. I said, I am so sorry. That was extremely rude what he just did. And I look right at this little boy. Because if you were my son, that's like one of the stories that this little boy did. There was multiple things.
Boys are easier to raise because y'all aren't raising them at all. Y'all are not parenting the boys, and that is why the world looks like what it looks like now. This is why men are out here with no emotional regulation. This is why they're putting their hands on women. Not being parented, not being taught, not being educated, not being led, not being held accountable, just nothing. Y'all are doing nothing for the boys. And then you wonder why the men are giving nothing. The boys are genuinely out here lost. Imagine hanging out with your dad or your uncle and they teaching you how to pull the girls, but you don't even know how to read. You're in the 5th grade reading at a 2nd grade level, but you're so charming. You sure know how to swoon the girls over, but you can't read. These are the recurring problems. They do nothing and get away with everything, and then y'all wonder why society looks the way it looks right now.
Y'all really have to watch what y'all are exposing our kids to and saying around your kids, because they are saying this stuff at school. Y'all, my daughter's in the 4th grade, and I guess they were talking about like what they're excited for the year, and my daughter was saying that she was excited that she was having a new little sibling. Oh, they're so sweet, right? Okay, cool. So I guess they started talking about like parents' ages, and our friends was saying their parents are like in their 30s, 40s, like stuff like that. And then she was like, well, my mom is 27, and they was looking at her like, dang, your mom is young, which is expected. Like, I am a younger parent. Like, I had her at 18, so it goes on to tell them, yeah, my mom had me at 18, and she had my brother at 22, and now she's having my other sibling at 27. Her class looked at her and said, your mom is freaky. Freaky? In the 4th grade? How are y'all even knowing what freaky means in the 4th grade to even use it in that context? Like, and she doesn't understand it. She only knows it in like the scary, like, oh, this is freaking me out, like, type of way. So she thought it was funny, but she was also like a little confused. And it's just like, this is the things that you have to deal with your kids. Like, your kid can be as innocent as could be and then go to school around kids that are overly exposed to the language and things of the sort, and then they saying it around your kid, and your kid is like, what? Like, there's no way a 4th grader should be saying anybody is freaky, especially somebody's parent. Like, your mom is freaky, your mom is a freak. What? A freak? Freaky? Like, yeah, I can't. Like,
why is everybody blaming the kids but not the parents? Like, I thought I was babysitting a bad kid until I found out what the parents were doing. So I'm chilling at home on the phone with my mom, and she's like, do you want to make some extra money? Duh. I'm like, of course I want to make some extra money. What's up? She's like, okay, well, the neighbors, like, you remember little Ben? He's 10 years old, and like, they're looking for a babysitter for the weekends, like, and sometimes during the week if you're down. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. They ask if I can babysit that upcoming weekend. So I pull up to their house for the first time, right? They don't tell me nothing, right? I get there, they tell me where they're going, they're excited to go, and hope that I have fun. I'm like, wait. Because, like, Ben is sitting over there on his tablet. I'm like, does he have a screen time? Like, is he just going to be on that all night? Like, what do you want me to do? And they're like, I mean, we've tried to get him off of it, but, like, he doesn't. I mean, you can try. I'm thinking, hold on a second. You try? What you mean you try to get him off his tablet? Y'all, the parents, all you got to do is snatch it. He's 10. And everything was fine until it wasn't. All of a sudden, I hear a ding, ding, battery low, battery low. Ben was not having that, right? He's like, no. He runs upstairs, right? Grabs the charger, comes back down. I'm thinking, all right, you've been on this thing for 2 hours. Maybe let's take a break. So we pull up to the ice cream place, and I'm like, what do you want to order? Right? Again, doesn't speak, just points. Is this normal? It's really all I'm getting. So when we get back home, this kid goes straight back to his tablet, right? Like he never left it. 2 more hours go by, his parents get home. Right, his parents get home, he's like, how was Ben? I'm like, he was good, honestly, he just kind of sat on his tablet. Like, oh yeah, we kind of figured that. I'm like, yeah, like, does he ever really get off of it? And they're like, no, like, this is kind of all he does, like, every day. Thinking, y'all are the parents. Y'all have more authority to be taking it away if you really don't like it. But it's easy for them, so that's why they don't. So I'm like, whatever. They pay me. I say bye to Ben. Again, he doesn't say anything, but at least gives me a little wave. So I get in the car, driving home, and I'm thinking, like, I low-key feel bad for this kid. Right? Because at 10 years old, I was doing a lot. right? I was running around. I was making up the most random scenarios, imaginary, whatever. I was not on a screen at all, right? If I had a babysitter, I was making a babysitter play with me. But this is crazy.
As my kids have been growing up and going into new grades, especially currently, I've even had a discussion just recently with my daughter about what it's going to be like going into the next grade. And I think that it's important that we have these discussions in terms of how she should be presenting herself and all of these things. But I think a lot of parents are not even trying to have these discussions. Now, there are some that maybe just don't know. Maybe they didn't necessarily grow up in an environment like that. Though I think that there are enough resources for us to understand that, yes, there needs to be some level of intervention when it comes to these kids these days and surviving kind of the social pressures, things like that as well. Now, I know that there are quite a collection of parents that are doing this, though there are some parents that are just letting their kids kind of run wild and do whatever they want. So I'm curious on your thoughts, whether you think that this is maybe contributing to what we're seeing even in the school system and what we're seeing kind of in public everyday life, or anything that you might think. And let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that, and I'll see you in the next video.